I made this because I want to try to illustrate some of the logistics that we have ahead of us, and most of these flags represent the remaining countries we have within this project, and reaching Palau was a huge victory. But let's look at what we have left. Okay, here we go. I think this is so cool. I really like what we've done here. Okay, we're up here. This is Hong Kong. And quite recently, we went from Hong Kong to Taiwan, which is right there next to Hong Kong. And then the ship took us to Guam. And then we went to Saipan. And then we went to Yap. And then we came to Palau. And then from there, the ship went back up to Hong Kong. So that's what it does. It goes around and around and around. And reaching Palau was a huge, huge victory for this project, because when you're in Hong Kong, there was only one ship. There was only one shipping company. That was Pacific International Line. They serviced Palau. So there were no real options. And where were we supposed to get off, if not in Hong Kong? You know, there was a chance we could have gotten off in Taiwan, but that would have taken a lot of effort, I suppose. There's certainly no way we could have gotten off the ship in Guam, and I don't know it would have been very useful for us to get off in Guam or Saipan, sort of the same ordeal. And Yap, that would not have been helpful, getting off in Yap. And we couldn't have gotten on a ship from Palau to any of these other remaining countries. So we had to come back to Hong Kong. Now, the reason why we could come back to Hong Kong was because I had a Hong Kong ID and I had a work visa. So, being pretty established within Hong Kong, I was able to disembark the vessel, something which the crew couldn't do because there were a lot of the seafarers on board this ship that were supposed to get off in Hong Kong and then fly back home. They couldn't do that. Okay, so with Palau out of the way, we're left with a lot of countries here in the South Pacific and two countries over here in the Indian Ocean. Now, what we're about to do now is get on a ship which will head to Papua New Guinea and then come to Australia. We're coming up to Townsville in Australia. Wonderful big Australia. Lovely flag right there. And then hopefully we'll be able to make our way from Australia to New Zealand, and then New Zealand is well connected with Fiji, which is there. We've already been to Fiji. And Fiji is well connected with Samoa. Oh, that's that one up there. Samoa. And with Tonga. That one right there. So hopefully we'll be able to go from New Zealand and then reach Tonga and Samoa, or Samoa and Tonga. And then within the vicinity of that, you have Tuvalu. And then Vanuatu is a little bit further out, and we'll have to see how we can do that. But chances are, as you can see, everything is quite clustered here. So there are a lot of options. Now, getting to Australia from Hong Kong is a heck of a lot easier than getting to Palau from Hong Kong. Once again, because there was only one option from Hong Kong to Palau. But there are maybe 10 different shipping companies that service Australia, so lots and lots of options. It was a huge win that we were able to go to Palau. It was a wonderful country as well, but logistically, it was a massive ordeal for Once Upon a Saga. Plus, that was the last remaining country north of equator within the Pacific. We still have these guys over here. But yeah, so hopefully Australia now, New Zealand, Samoa, Tonga, Vanuatu, Tuvalu, and then we start making our way over here. And then from Sri Lanka, there's a vessel that goes to the Maldives, and then probably we'll have to come back to Sri Lanka before going all the way back up home to Denmark, which is there. How about that? Did you like that? Did that make it clear for you? This is basically a Mercator map. They've been around for about 500 years. The thing that's a little bit different with this one is that China is more or less in the middle, and then you have Africa over here to the west, and over here east you have South America, North America. But it works out really well given our remaining countries within this project. Okay, I hope that made it clear for you. Take care wherever you are.